funny dude. He is a regular here performing at the Electric Pump. Put your hands together for the very funny Joey Maranto.
What's up, Joey Moon here? Nice to see you. Oh, good evening, Electric Pump. So nice to be here. Nice to be here in Woodbridge, Virginia. I grew up right up the street in Springfield, Virginia. Kind of a sketchy neighborhood. I used to live next door to a prostitute named Candy. It had its perks. Like when I knock on that door and say trick or treat, hell, I couldn't lose. Either way, you'd be getting some candy, you know? I grew up in one of those families that we weren't pro-life or pro-choice. We were more like pro-Zach, I think. Oh my God, my family appeared on so many episodes of Cops, I'm surprised we never were nominated for an Emmy. They had an outstanding performance for public intoxication. We'd have taken home the gold, I'll tell you that. No, but my family did end up on the Family Feud, though. Kind of the most embarrassing moment of my life. Oh my God, the answers they were giving out there. They asked my dad, they said, name something you'll find at a breakfast table. He's like, dun-dun-dun, scotch. They asked my mom, they said, name something you bring to a family gathering. She's like, dun-dun-dun, conflict. Good answer, good answer. Now the best answer came from my cousin. They asked her, they said, name something you associate with a wedding. She's like, dun-dun-dun, a shotgun. Now we sort of figured that one out, because I still remember the preacher at her wedding, she's up there like, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today because of a positive reading on a home pregnancy test to wed this couple because it's customary. Now don't worry, not all my family were heathens, okay? I actually had an aunt, a devout Catholic aunt, who had a bumper sticker on the back of her car that said, all children are a gift from God. I used to tease her, I said, if you're adopted, does that mean you've been re-gifted? She'd look at me and go, you're gonna burn in hell. I said, I can't, I'm a gift from God. That makes me flame retardant. She'd look at me and go, oh, you're retardant, all right. I'm one of these families, they love that show, The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, and stuff. I think after hearing all that talk about people rising from the dead, eating flesh, drinking blood, I don't know whether to prepare for a zombie apocalypse or get in line for Holy Communion. One year they bought me Guitar Hero for Christmas, that was a mean gift. I'm playing this thing thinking to myself, great, yet another reminder of one more dream that failed me. Now they won't let me near a stove because they say I burn everything I cook. Grease fire, flambeing, what's the difference? Will you show me a cookbook that says cereal cannot be flambéed? I don't know what they were expecting. My mom was the worst cook in the world. Anytime I wouldn't eat my dinner when I was a little kid, she'd said she was going to box it up and send it to some starving kid in Africa. I'm like, Jesus, Mom, hasn't this poor kid suffered enough? War, famine, AIDS, and now he's got to suffer through your Frito pie? Why don't you throw a scoop of malaria for him for dessert? Really put him out of his misery, you know? I'll tell you, my mom couldn't cook, but boy, could she drink. In fact, she drank so much vodka when I was a baby, whenever she breastfed me, I was drinking White Russians. I didn't know whether to burp or settle up my tab. It was tough growing up in Springfield. I had buck teeth and an overbite. I got picked on all the time. And my parents never got me braces. They used to use my teeth to open up their beer bottles. Yeah, it ticked me off, especially when I found out they were twist-off caps. Tell you, Electric Mom, I'm going to be 56 years old this year. I swear, I never thought I'd live that long. Neither did my wife. She's always introduced me as her soon-to-be departed husband. I think she's getting a little impatient. I heard her tell a friend the other day, I keep loading his food with butter and salt. He keeps making it to his next birthday. Yeah, but I'll tell you the reason I've been around so long as I have is because of a reddish-brown antiseptic my mom used to put on my cuts called mercurochrome. We had a lot of genetics. You remember that? Now, the FDA used to had to ban it because it contained low levels of mercury in it. I'll tell you, with all that mercury running through my body, inhaling secondhand smoke, drinking from bacteria-infested garden, no wonder my wife couldn't kill me. I got the immune system of a damn superhero. In fact, I think Marvel ought to make a movie about people my age, call it Generation X-Men. The 1970s couldn't kill them, nothing will. Now don't get me wrong, we weren't the brightest bulbs in the box, you know? Back then, the Fruit of the Loom used to make underwear with days of the week printed on for us. Oh, laugh all you want, it was quite scary. Bring a girl home on a Friday or Saturday night, get dressed that next morning, her underwear reads Tuesday. Guys didn't care, we just had sex. We're like, at least it's in the same week, you know? We weren't bright, but that's one thing us Gen Xers never worried about. We never had to worry about childhood obesity. That's right, we're natural procrastinators. We delayed our obesity till adulthood. We never had time to get fat. We were always out there playing politically, out there burning off energy, playing politically incorrect games like Smear the Queer. Or as they call it today, aggressively tackle the individual attracted to many different genders. It was the stupidest game in the world. Many of you out there remember that you took a football, right? You threw it up in the air, and whoever caught it got game tackled unconscious by every other kid in the neighborhood. Reason number 272 why you girls will always be smarter than the boys. Guys, why do you think they never felt bad for us when we'd get food poisoning from all those undercooked cakes they make us and those easy baked ovens of theirs? They knew that next day when that buzzer beat off, we'd go right back for another cake. Thanks to all those concussions we got from playing Smear the Queer. Now, I love hanging out with the younger comics here because I'm learning so many different things out there. Like, they're always talking about this thing called soaking. I had no idea they were talking about a sex act. I kept thinking to myself, wow, this younger generation's really into pre-treating their laundry. I had to look what it meant on the internet. I tried explaining how those search results got on the family computer. I told them I was looking how to get blood stains out of my clothes. My wife's like, you're way too old to still be playing Smear the Queer. Now, I grew up one of those latchkey kids out there. Any of those Gen Xers in the house tonight? All right. All my people out there. That's right. It's this, our parents never really cared about our safety, you know? Like my parents never put up baby gates. No, their philosophy was, hey, let him tumble down the stairs and break his neck. He'll learn. Nowadays, kids ride around in car seats designed by NASCAR. Well, I was lucky they could buckle my seatbelt. I'd be crawling around the front door, or front seat. They'd slam on the brakes. I'd face plant right to the dashboard's ashtray. End up unconscious on the floorboard with a Marlboro sticking out of my nose. I'll tell you, the closest thing I came to a Chuck E. Cheese experience was a half-cooked pizza bagel and a set of lawn darts. I think that's why my generation had such large families. One of us died from child neglect. They still had like 5 or 6 others they could choose from. Hey, Electric Bomb, you have been a wonderful crowd. Enjoy the rest of the show tonight. Thanks so much.